If you're in the market for a quality yet budget-friendly hobby grade charger, this is a video you're going to want to watch. I've been using this Gens Ace D300 charger for years now, hundreds of cycles through it, and it is my go-to charger. Love this thing, plenty of power even for 4S, 6S as well, and a lot of nice features. It's very intuitive and easy to use. But Gens Ace recently released a new model. It's the D300 Plus, and it has Bluetooth connectivity. It has a really nice app that connects to your phone. So a lot of nice improvements in this version of the charger. It works the same without the Bluetooth functionality, but if you want those extra features, it's only $20 more than the original D300 charger. So definitely worth considering, and we're gonna go ahead, check it out, see all the features it has, and I'll show you how to use this thing. So let's go ahead, get it out of the box, see what it comes with, and test it out. Stay tuned. As you can see here, this charger is quite powerful. On AC, it's 300 watts total. You get 150 watts per channel. And you can charge up to 16 amps on any one channel, provided that you don't exceed 150 amps. So what that means is on 6S, you're gonna be able to charge up to about 6 amps. On 4S, you're gonna be able to charge up to about 9 amps. On 3S, I think that's around 12 or 13 amps. And on 2S, you're gonna be limited to the 16 amp charge rate. Now with a DC power supply, you can double that power, but I usually just use AC current with the wall plug, and it's plenty powerful for my needs. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's included. So here is the user manual. Not going to spend much time on this at all, but it goes through how to use all the various features of this charger, and there are quite a few. The actual charger itself looks virtually identical to the original D300 model, but again, the main difference is the Bluetooth connectivity and the ability to see what the charger's doing through the cell phone app, and the ability to control the charger through the cell phone app. Here's your AC input, USB output. I use this to charge my cell phone that I use for speed runs or my GPS unit. And this is the DC input. So you can connect to this with a battery. I have a whole video on how to use this feature here. You can power the charger with a LiPo and charge other batteries from that DC input. Also, this charger has the Gens Ace G-Tech system in it. If you have one of their G-Tech batteries, which I do not, you can plug it in here and it has all the parameters of the battery programmed into the battery itself. It communicates with the charger, and all you really have to do is hit start and it'll calculate the optimum charge rate, how many cells are in the battery, everything like that. So if you're not a very technically inclined person, definitely look into the G-Tech charging system. There's a lot of great videos on the internet that show you how to use that system. Also included in the box is this accessories pack. The accessories pack includes several different charging leads. So you have your EC3, Deans, EC5, and if you have an XT60, you can just go ahead and plug the battery directly into the charger without a lead like this. Here's your AC power cord. Again, that plugs right into the side of the charger right here. And then this lead here is to connect your charger to a computer. So if you need to update the firmware, that's when you'd use this lead here. Now, just a quick disclaimer, you should not charge batteries on carpet like this. You should really be charging them on a concrete floor or something that's not flammable, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So we go ahead and plug in the AC cord into the side of the charger. and it's going to go ahead and start up. You see we have channel A and channel B. I'll start off and just do a quick overview of how to use this charger, and then we'll go ahead and look at the Bluetooth features. So if you have different battery leads than what comes in the charger box, you're just gonna need to go ahead and either buy an adapter or solder on new connectors. But I have one here where I replaced the EC5 with 8mm bullets, and then I could just go ahead and simply plug the battery lead into the charger, connect my battery to the charger, and it's this Gens Ace 2S 6100 pack. Then we're gonna go ahead and connect the bounce lead into the charger. You wanna align it with the left side of the bounce lead there. So the 2S side, if you have 6S, it's gonna fill in all the gaps there. It's gonna use all the pins, but for 2S, it's just going to use the first 3 there on the left. You can see here, it's reading 7.6 volts. So that's our storage voltage right there. So to charge it, I'm just gonna simply hit the left button here, and you can see we're at about 3.8 volts per cell. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the right button here, and you can see up here we're set to charge. If you want to discharge, bring the battery to storage voltage, it has a feature here that actually will help bounce batteries where the 2 cells or however many cells you have are not bounced well. It'll help bring them together more than a standard bounce charge will. This top feature here is a bounce charge, but this is a special bounce charge feature. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail in these last 2 features, but you can actually use light bulbs or a large resistor to boost the power, the discharging power of this charger, because the onboard discharging will work, but with a large battery, it'll take several hours to bring it down to storage voltage. So at any rate, we're gonna go ahead and select charge. And then once we're on charge, you can see we have it set to LiPo, which is the correct setting. However, if it was a high voltage LiPo, you would select high voltage LiPo. Then 4.2 is our end voltage, which is correct, 2S. And we're gonna boost this up to 6.1 amps because that's 1C, a 1C charge rate for this 6100 milliamp hour pack. We're gonna hit enter, and then we're gonna hit start. That's it, it's charging, very simple. And you'll see the amps are gonna slowly climb till it reaches 6.1 amps. And then it's gonna charge the battery, and right when it's almost up to 4.2 volts per cell, it'll start tapering down to finish the charge and feed in that last little bit of the total charge into the battery. So I'm not gonna charge this battery because I don't wanna use it, but you would do the same thing if you had a second battery. You would just hit channel B, and then you'd go through the same steps and charge the second pack at the same time. To stop it, we're gonna go back into channel A and hit stop. You can also adjust the current if you want, if you decide that you want to lower or increase how quickly you're charging the pack. And again, to store the pack, when you're done, you want to bring it back to storage voltage, bam, you just go to storage, 3.8 volts per cell, and you can adjust this as high as you want, but it's not going to matter because the charger is limited to how quickly it can discharge a pack. I'm gonna have to lower this because it's already at storage voltage, but here we go. And you're gonna see here, it'll begin discharging it. The higher the number of cells, the slower it's going to be able to discharge. So now we're gonna go ahead to the App Store on an iPhone or on your Android. You're gonna go to wherever you get apps there. And then I'm downloading the Gens Ace Utilities app. Then we're gonna go ahead and hit open. This is the first time I've used this, so we'll see how intuitive it is. But we want it to be able to use our Bluetooth. It's okay if it sends me some notifications. Then we're gonna hit add device. And there we go. It looks like it found our charger. So I'm gonna hit the connect button and we're connected. Very nice. So we have a device name. You could change the name if you want. We're gonna go ahead and add now. Successfully added it. So now we're gonna go ahead and hit the back button and click on the charger. All right, wow, look at that. I had to turn the flash off because it was making too many reflections on the screen, but you can charge everything right here, right through the app. We have our current on the left, so let's see how we go ahead and use this. We're gonna hit charge. So you have all your options you did in the charger there. We're just gonna do a charge, so confirm. Battery type, LiPo. Again, you can have high voltage or nickel metal hydride or whichever you want, but this is a standard LiPo. Set current. Again, for 1C, we're gonna do 6.1 amps. Done. And the end voltage is 4. We don't wanna mess with that. If you go higher, you could damage the battery or potentially even create a fire hazard, but very nice stuff there. So we're gonna go ahead and hit start, and you'll see the charger started. Don't know what that warning message was for, but it's going ahead and charging, so no issue there. And then you can see this is how many milliamp hours have gone into the pack. And this is the percent charge on the battery. It's at 50%. We have the temperature of the charger, how long it's been charging. But the beauty of this is I charge my packs in the basement, and I'll be able to go upstairs and monitor the packs while I'm charging. I know a lot of people want to be right next to the packs, but I have it in an area where even if it was to catch on fire, it's not going to, cause any damage other than smoke damage. But do what you want. Certainly not telling you to do something that's riskier than your current practice, but this will be nice for me because I can be upstairs and monitor the batteries as they charge. So very nice. There's a lot of additional features if you have the G-Tech system that this can monitor, but really, it's just really nice display here. And what else can we see here? So we have the cell data, and you can see we have the resistance in the two cells that are a little bit off. I've had this battery for many years and have abused the heck out of it doing speed runs. And then the battery information features only available if you have a G-Tech battery made by Gens Ace. So really nice stuff here. This is only $20 more than the standard D300 charger. So for me, if you're looking to get a charger, I would go with the Plus version here. But if you already have the standard D300, I don't know if it's worth upgrading just to get this functionality. But if you're like me, you want to charge a bunch of batteries at once, and if you're looking for a second charger, I would definitely look to get the Plus version. Okay, so this is a high voltage, and this is a large 4S pack. We're gonna see just how far we can push this. I think it's about a 9 amp charge rate. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just show you what happens when you do demand more amps than the charger can supply. I have two high voltage packs, 4S and 4S, 9500, 8400. We're gonna connect to the app again. We're on cell A, and we're gonna go ahead and put this up to, we'll go with 10 amps. And it's not gonna be able to supply 20 amps because that's going to exceed 300 watts if we do 20 amps on 4S. So we're on the second pack now. We're gonna drop this down to 10, and you'll see what happens when you demand more current than this charger can supply. So start, yes, it's high voltage. Yes, it's high voltage. Why didn't that start? Start, yes, high voltage. Oh, that's because I didn't connect the bounce lead.
Idiot.
And it's got a lot of nice safety features built into it. So if I connect the bounce lead, then I can show you what I intended to. We're gonna hit start, yes. So this one is maxing out at 9.4. Again, just based on that simple equation, you take 150, you divide it by the voltage of the pack, and that's how many amps it's going to be able to charge at. This one here is creeping up, and it's going to reach about 9.5 amps. And you can see, I asked for 10 amps, but the charger just can't supply it. So it's going to give you as much as it can, and that's the limit right there. Stop, and we're gonna stop on channel A, and then we're gonna go to storage. Start, channel B, and we're gonna hit storage. Confirm, start, yes, high voltage pack. And there you go. Really nice. I love the connectivity here with the Bluetooth app. And you can see here on a 4S pack, we're limited to 0.9 amps. So, you know, if I only got one speed run on this pack and it still has, say, about 3,000 or 4,000 milliamp hours I need to remove from the pack to bring it to storage voltage, at 0.9, that's going to take 3 or 4 hours. So that's the only thing about most chargers, is their discharge ability is not that strong. You can get a purpose-built discharger which will discharge packs much quicker, or you can get the auxiliary discharger for this pack, be it a series of light bulbs. There's videos on YouTube on how to do it, or resistors with some fans set up to it to discharge packs much more quickly, and this will control all of that for you. But I haven't gone that route yet. Maybe I will one day. You know, I've used this original charger hundreds of times, and it's, you know, had no issue with me running it hours and hours at a time discharging packs, but it's just not the most convenient thing if you're in a hurry. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to use a LiPo battery or whatever DC supply you have to power the charger, and it's quite simple. We're just going to go ahead and plug in to the DC input. It fires up just like if you're running on AC, and it's really all there is to it. Now, as I mentioned before, the USB output on the side, you can use it for anything you want. It's a 2 amp power supply. So what I do is, while my packs are charging, I'll plug in my GNSS performance analyzer and let that charge at the same time. And I have 2 of these now, so I can also charge the cell phone here, which I use for speed runs, at the same time. So really nice features on here. Again, this is a powerful charger, especially on 4S. I have no problem charging these at 9 amps, 2 of them at the same time. On 6S, you're going to be limited to about 6 amps, but unless you're running really large batteries, that should be enough power. There's some other chargers that only offer 100 watts, and to me that's a little restrictive when you're running larger packs like I do, but the 150 amps per channel for me is just enough, and I'm just thrilled to have this Gens Ace D300 Plus charger to go along with the original D300 charger I've been using for years. So that's all I'm going to show on this initial video of the charger. In the future, I might look at some more of the options it has, and possibly look at that discharge feature where you can add some, be it light bulbs or a large resistor, to increase the discharge power of the charger. But very nice stuff here. Go pick up one of these if you're looking for a quality hobby grade charger. Again, I think they're a little over $120 right now. And if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.